Hello guys, Absolute Duelist here, coming at you with another One Piece videos of my first OP06 locals. I'm playing Uta because, well, I have no other OP06 cards at the current moment, and we are starting off against Yamato. We went second, going ahead and played that law and then passing. Yamato's turn, he didn't do anything on his turn 1, but he went ahead and passed. He's going to go ahead and swing for 8 into my life double attack, and I choose to take both of the damages right at the start of the game. Not great, but hey, we have to take that damage at some point, right? So it's better to get some advantage in the early game. We go ahead and swing with Uta, going ahead and getting the top card off of our deck. We then go ahead and pay 1 to return the Lord to our hand, playing a Uta, and then we rest 2 to replay that law. So we've got the blocker law, we've got Uta, and we've also got the Uta leader. So we've got some good boards having the blocker, the ability to get a free cost on board essentially for 1 Don on the following turn. Not a bad setup right now. So he's going to go ahead and swing 7 at our life. It looks like I'm going to counter for 8 with a Chopper and an Usopp. And then he plays the new Mihawk into Ryuma, which will allow him to KO a rested 4 cost, but we don't have any right now. So, we've got the blocker on board, which is nice, so we can protect ourselves from any really big swings with that Yamato there, but we're on 6 Don, so what are we going to do with our 6 Don here? Looks like I am just debating how I want to play this out, thinking exactly what plays would be correct to do first. And it looks like I'm going to go 9 into the Ryuma. Sorry, no, 10 into the Ryuma. Having it die. And then we're going to use Law's ability to go ahead and play a Nami from our hand, and then go ahead and get an Uta off the top of the deck with that Nami ability. Not bad. Setup is pretty good right now. We've got the blocker on board. We've got the Nami to go ahead and get us some free searches. We have a pretty nice board right now. But he's on 7 Don right now, so let's go ahead and see what Yamato's going to do on 7. Will he play something, I don't know, big? Will he go ahead and... I don't know, but really, he could play a Hody Jones, but he does just that. I predicted it before it even happened. Okay, so Hody Jones is on the board. He's going to use Yamato's ability to go ahead and put 2 on Mihawk, killing the Uta, and then goes ahead and swings 8 into the Nami, which kills the Nami, and then he tries to swing for 5 into life to get double tap, but I'm not going to allow that, discarding the Trafalgar D Law. Okay. So we're now on 8 Don. We've got the Hody to deal with, which is a bit annoying. He's also got the Mihawk, which is pretty good. But it looks like we're going to swing 5 into that Dracula Mihawk. Then we're going to rest 7, which is going to play a Luffy, into a Brook, and then into another Nami, where we'll rest 1 to look at the top 5 cards, 3 cards of our deck, sorry. And we add a Zoro to our hand. Alright, not bad. So we've got that ability to counter there. And let's see what the Yamato's going to do now. So he's got Hody on the board, so he's got a big beater. He can go ahead and try to go for double attack, but we do have the Luffy. Let's see what he is going to do. Because he does have 9 Don. So 9 Don to play with. What's he going to do with it? Because he could have tons of plays in his hand right now. He's got a very big hand. We haven't been super aggressive in this game. So what will he do? So he's going to swing 5 into life. We're going to counter for 1 with that Zoro that we added last turn. And then he's going to rest 8 to go ahead and play a Kid. And then go ahead and rest the Kid to play a Baby 5. Okay. Interesting. And then he uses Hody's ability. Well, he uses Yamato's ability to swing with Hody for 10, which we did take. And then he sacrifices the Baby 5 to restand 2 Don. Alright, so I'm on 10 Don now. Not bad. Good position to be in, 10 Don. Like, he's got the Hody, he's got the Yamato. We definitely need to try and clear that Kid, though. So, what are we going to do? It looks like I am just thinking about the correct line of play here. And it looks like we're going to swing 14 into the Kid. Will he be able to counter that? 14 into Kid, so he needs 7k counter at least, which would be a big chunk of his hand. Okay. Will he go ahead and have enough to counter is the question, though. Like, he needs enough to get around this swing. Looks like he is just thinking about it. Thinking if he has enough. Thinking if he's got the right number to counter and if it's worth it. And he's going to rest 2 to Gibson, resting the Nami. And then, so that's 4k, so he needs 3k more. And then he goes ahead and uses the zero cost event. The new yellow zero cost event, which is... the only one who will die here is you, I believe. And then we go ahead and play an Uta and pass with a Uta ability to discard a backlight, which allows us to restand our Luffy blocker. Not bad. So he's got 10 Don. 10 Don to play with. The Hody Jones is on the board. If he has another Hody Jones in hand, we do actually kind of just lose. So we got to hope he doesn't have another Hody Jones. So what is his play here? Like, he's put his Don out into 6 and 4, but he's going to swing 8 into my life, I believe. And we go ahead and block and counter for 2. Okay. Swings 9 into life to try and force out the blocker at least. It looks like I'm just organizing my cards a bit, thinking what I want to do here. And it looks like we're going to zero cost event and discard a 8-drop kid with a... Okay, so what probably happened there is he swung into life, but we chose to counter out for 10. And then he's played a card, but I can't see it. And he also played a Ryuma. I can't see what the card he played is due to the glare. I do apologize, guys. Move it a bit more, and it's a Rosinante blocker. Okay, so he does have a Rosinante blocker on board. We have the 7-drop Luffy with a Brook. We've kind of got to deal with the Rosinante, right? Like, I think we had a backlight in hand, so we could go ahead and pay 2 to rest the Rosinante and maybe try to go for game here. But no, we can't go for game because of the kid. Unless we have a... What's the name of the event that restands Uta? Invincible. And it looks like we might. So we swing 10 into the kid to go ahead and get a chopper off the top of our deck. Okay. The kid dies. Okay, so if the kid died, maybe it's worth it using this potential invincible we have in hand to go ahead and swing into the Hody Jones, and then keep the Luffy up for a blocker for that Yamato. And then we could potentially try and survive there. It looks like I am just trying to be really careful and trying to think what the best line of play is here. Looks like... Am I going to put the free Don on Luffy? Oh, okay, so I put it on Luffy and swung into Hody Jones. That's not great. But we did get rid of that Rosinante as well. So, here's the problem. If he goes massive into our life and takes both of them, and we don't get enough counter to counter this Ryuma, we just lose. So, it really comes down to... Do we have the counter in hand? Because he does know that we have a chopper right now. So he plays o-nami to give banish to the Yamato. That is not good in the slightest. And he swung 10, but we go ahead and counter with 3 2Ks our entire hand to stop us from taking that damage. Okay, so Ryuma's definitely going to probably swing into this Brook now. We've got no hand. There's no point in swinging into life. No, he swings into the Luffy. And he matches it with a... That's a Monette blocker. Okay, so he's now got basically a double block. And for us to win this game, the top of life... Well, the card we just drew has to be invincible. It's the only way to win. So we swing 8 into the Ryuma. Okay, and then he blocks with the Monette. We swing 8 into Ryuma. I didn't see what we grabbed there. I think it was a Luffy. Ryuma dies and kills the Brook. And then we rest 4 to play a Zoro. And then we pass turn. And at this point, like, he knows that we've got, like, the Luffy in hand. And it just means... And he even gets another o-nami to drop down as well. Swinging 9 into life. We lose both of those, which was o-nami and an invincible, and then he kills us with the o-nami. So, guys, that was my first live match of OP06. I hope you did enjoy it. Uta versus Yamato. Very interesting. I still think there's things I can do with my Yamato list to make it better. And that game was actually very interesting to see what Yamato was capable, especially the Fortress build of Yamato, having... That 8-drop kid really did solidify his space in this game, where when he counted out that 14 swing, it basically gave him the game, in my opinion, because it meant that I had to use up my entire reserve, use an entire turn to try and remove the kid, and I had to then, you know, settle by playing the Uta to get an additional blocker to survive even longer. But guys, that was a really cool game. I hope you did enjoy it. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what your thoughts are on it in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Absolute Duelist, signing out. Later, rules.